The secret prison economy. How cigarettes, ramen, and phones run the system. Behind the razor wire and locked gates, another world breathes. One the warden doesn't control. A world of deals made in whispers and debts paid in silence. Here, money doesn't matter. Paper bills are useless. What matters is value. A pack of ramen can buy you a haircut. A cigarette can buy protection. A phone can buy power. It's an economy without cash, built on hunger, need, and fear. Inmates don't call it a system. They call it survival. Everything moves. Everything costs. And in this shadow market, even freedom has a price. It started with smoke. For decades, cigarettes were the heartbeat of prison trade. One puff for peace. One pack for silence. A carton for protection. They weren't just for smoking. They were status. A language everyone understood. When tobacco bans came, the guards thought they'd won. They took away the cigarettes, thinking they took away control. But they didn't understand. When you lock men away, they adapt. The black market didn't die. It evolved. Because when you remove one currency, another is born. Then came the soups. Ramen, cheap, salty, indestructible, became the new dollar. You could eat it, trade it, store it, flex it. It was inflation-proof and hunger-proof. It was gold in a bag. Inmates called them soups, like stockbrokers call them shares. You could buy anything with them, from laundry to loyalty. The more you had, the more you mattered. You weren't rich if you had money on your books. You were rich if your locker rattled with noodles. It sounds funny from the outside, but inside, ramen built empires. And it reminded everyone that hunger is the oldest form of currency. Every man becomes a hustler behind bars. Some sell food. Some sell art. Some sell safety. Others sell silence. It's capitalism stripped of luxury, survival economics. The clever ones create demand. They cook soups into meals, trade for snacks, flip supplies. They run side businesses from a 6x8 foot cell. There's no stock exchange here, just word of mouth, favors, and respect. One bad deal can ruin your name. And once your name is gone, so is your safety. In a world where time stands still, hustle keeps you alive. Every deal has a cost. And every cost comes with debt. It starts small, one soup borrowed, two promise back. But debt spreads fast. Faster than gossip, faster than infection. If you can't pay, someone else pays for you, in blood or in silence. Some work it off, laundry, cleaning errands. Some just disappear. There's no court here, no appeals, no forgiveness. Debt inside is a chain, and everyone wears one. The only difference is how heavy it gets. Contraband keeps the economy alive. Phones, tobacco, pills, all slipping through cracks in the system. Some come through the kitchen. Some through laundry. Some fall from the sky. Drones buzzing in the night like metal insects. Each delivery fuels the trade. Each middleman takes a cut. And the higher you climb, the more dangerous the game becomes. Smugglers are businessmen. Their currency is risk. Their profit control. In a place built to confine, smuggling is the art of freedom. A phone is more than glass and metal. It's connection. It's power. It's escape without leaving your cell. With a phone, you can run businesses, call family, move money, or plan hits. It's the digital heartbeat of the underworld. One phone can cost hundreds in ramen or weeks of favors. It's traded, hidden, charged in secret, passed from cell to cell. If the guards find it, it's gone. If you keep it, you become untouchable. The world outside thinks prison cuts men off. But in truth, some inmates are more connected than ever. The prison walls don't stop money. They just reroute it. Outside, girlfriends, families, and friends move the funds. Cash App, Bitcoin. Western Union. An inmate might trade a ramen pack inside, and hours later, a family gets a deposit outside. Every noodle, every favor, every phone call. It's all tied to someone beyond the fence. It's a silent partnership. One side in the dark. One side pretending not to know. Even the guards play sometimes, for a fee, for a favor, for a future. Because, in the end, everyone's working an angle. Trade brings tension. When prices rise, tempers rise higher. A stolen pack, a broken promise, a lost phone. That's all it takes to turn a cell block into chaos. Violence isn't random here. It's business. It's balance. You hurt one man, the debt disappears. You protect another, the interest doubles. Every punch thrown, every scar earned, they're all part of the same economy. In here, nothing's personal, only transactional. The prison economy isn't a secret anymore. It's a mirror, showing what happens when need replaces law. You can ban cigarettes. You can ban ramen. You can shut down phones. But you can't ban survival. As long as men are locked away, they'll keep finding ways to trade, to earn, to control, to matter. The walls keep them in. But the economy? It seeps through every crack, alive, invisible, unstoppable. Because, in the end, the system doesn't run on money. It runs on need. And need never runs out. The gate slides open. The sound is louder than you remember. Freedom doesn't feel like you thought it would. It smells like exhaust fumes, noise, and too much space. The air feels too light. Your pockets, too empty. In prison, value was clear. One soup. One favor. One price. Out here, everything costs, but nothing makes sense. The hustle kept you alive inside. Now, it's the only language you know. So you start to look for trades again. Ways to survive. Ways to belong. Because the truth is, freedom is just another system. You just haven't learned its prices yet. What the world calls crime, prison calls business. And business is a skill that doesn't die when the cell door opens. You learn to trade without money, to negotiate without trust, to profit without tools. Now you use that same instinct out here. You flip sneakers instead of soups. You trade phone data instead of cigarettes. The product changes, but the hunger stays the same. Most men walk out with nothing but their hustle. And for some, that's enough. For others, it's a trap that pulls them back. Out here, no one cares what ramen meant. They care about what's written on your record. Employers don't hire felons. Landlords don't rent to them. Neighbors don't trust them. You're free, but you're still locked out. So you go where you're accepted. You build networks with those who understand the same code. Ex-inmates, ex-hustlers, ex-traders. And without realizing it, the same economy forms again. Not behind bars this time, but in backrooms, garages, and dim corners of the internet. The black market never disappeared. It just changed neighborhoods. Inside, it was soup and smokes. Outside, it's stolen phones, fake accounts, quick cash. You recognize the same rhythm, the same risk, the same adrenaline, the same unspoken rule. If you can move it, you can make it. The trades grow bigger, the networks smarter. And soon, you're not surviving anymore. You're building a business. The kind that never pays taxes, never clocks out, never sleeps. Freedom starts to look a lot like the hustle you left behind. The prison walls used to be made of concrete. Now they're made of code. Phones, apps, and dark web markets have replaced the yard. The deals happen through screens. The danger comes through DMs. Some inmates use their prison smarts to survive online, flipping scams, laundering crypto, managing burner accounts. It's the same game, just new tools. Because the internet doesn't ask about your past. It only asks how good you are at hiding it. The hustle didn't end with release. It just went digital. Not every man stays trapped. Some turn the same hunger into something cleaner. They sell stories instead of contraband. Motivation instead of muscle. They teach others what the system really costs. One man starts a food truck. Another runs a barbershop. Another writes about ramen, how it built an empire behind bars. The hustle doesn't die, it evolves. It becomes purpose. They still trade, but now they trade pain for peace, lessons for life. Because redemption is just another kind of business. No one leaves prison without scars. Some wear them on their skin. Others carry them in silence. You might walk straight, work hard, rebuild. But one mistake, one rumor, one police siren, and you're back to being what the world expects you to be. The system never really lets go. It watches. It waits. It reminds. Even when you change your hustle, you still owe a debt. To the time, to the years, to the name that never fully clears. Some men never make it out. Their sentences are longer than their hope. But even they trade. They build their own version of control. Selling art, writing letters, crafting from scraps. Their economy is time itself. They trade it day by day for sanity, for meaning. They might never see the sky again. But in their small, controlled world, they still find ways to move value, to feel alive inside a place built to bury them. Because in prison, purpose is the last currency left. There's no clean or dirty hustle, only survival. Inside or out, the game stays the same. You trade what you have for what you need. Some trade fear for respect. Others trade pain for redemption. And a few trade everything just to feel free for a moment. The system creates its own markets, its own rulers, its own rules. In the end, everyone's selling something. Trust, loyalty, freedom, peace. You can't escape the economy. You can only decide which side of it you want to live on. Behind every locked door, another deal is being made. Behind every re-entry, another hustle begins. The prison economy isn't just about noodles and phones. It's about human nature. The instinct to trade, to adapt, to control. Inside, it keeps men alive. Outside, it keeps them moving. The walls may hold bodies. But the hustle? It escapes every time. Because the truth is, the system doesn't run on money. It runs on need. And need is eternal. There are no written laws in the prison economy, only rules born from survival. You don't talk too much. You don't owe too long. And you never, ever forget who helped you eat. That's how order exists in chaos. It's not about violence. It's about balance. Even out here, those rules stick. You pay debts on time. You don't cross your plug. You respect the chain of trade, whatever it looks like now. Because the prison economy isn't a place. It's a mindset. Once you learn it, you see the world differently. Every handshake, every favor, every price tag. You see the deal underneath. Freedom isn't free. It's a bill that keeps collecting interest. You pay for it every day. With memories that don't fade. With friends you left behind. With habits you can't unlearn. Some men escape prison. But prison doesn't always escape them. That's why some go back. Not because they want to, but because it's the only place that makes sense anymore. Inside, they knew the value of everything. Outside, nothing feels real. Pause. Slow piano note. Freedom, it turns out, is just another hustle. Only this one, no one teaches you how to win. Every generation learns the same lesson. The walls change. The trades evolve. But the hunger, the need, stays the same. Cigarettes, ramen, phones. They were never just products. They were proof of control in a world designed to take it away. Some call it corruption. Others call it survival. But deep down, it's the same truth. Humans will always build a system, even in cages. And maybe that's the real story. Not about prison, but about us. Because as long as there's a system, there will always be an economy. And somewhere, someone is trading something for a little more freedom. Over 2 million people are incarcerated in the U.S. Each one contributes to a hidden economy that mirrors the world outside. If you've ever wondered how a system this broken still runs. Now, it runs on need, on trade, on survival. Inside or out. The hustle never stops.